Hey everyone, this time I'm at the West Shore Lake, west side of Flathead, down by Goose Island, which I sometimes call Easter Island because the only goose I've ever seen out there was my bird Easter, right? Yeah, so made a video yesterday and maybe some other one showing the smoke from the fires. There's a bunch of little fires around actually. The ones I knew most about were up towards Hungry Horse, so the biggest one is over there by Hungry Horse Reservoir going that way. So some of that smoke is coming back this way, and that's the, you see those two mountain ranges, the closer one, that's Mission Mountains, if you can see those. Behind those is the Swan Range, so that's the Swan Valley right there, and it just looks like it's full of smoke. Well, as you see, it's been too hot out. And by coming in here, it's keeping me from being too hot. Yeah, I'm relatively cool now. Let me tell you, it's not as bad as the river. I went to the river yesterday, and it was so cold, I just couldn't get used to it. It was kind of stingy cold the whole way. This is nice and cool. It's not stingy cold, but it's nice and cool and hasn't let up. So I would like to stay in here as long as I can, but you know, the one thing that's going to cut it short for me will be my appetite, because I did not pack a picnic. So, make a short video here showing where I like to swim. I've made many videos in the past because I bring my geese here, and as you know, I don't have them anymore. I love the way these mountains, this is part of the Salish Mountains, just roll right into the drink here. Now on the other side, it's more neat and tidy. It's like the highway just goes right alongside the lake here, but over here on this side it seems like the mountains and the hills go into the lake, and that's probably a hilltop sticking out. Like this one, it's probably just a hilltop sticking out, and if it wasn't for water you'd think of it as a hill. Yeah, so I was just down in Lakeside to interview for a job. Now I'm waiting for the call back with the job offer, so it might only be 2 or 3 days a week. But I'm still enrolled with Willow's Huckland, so I'll be able to help him for a couple of days, which he'd probably really appreciate. Anyways, so I should be able to work enough hours between the two jobs and have an interesting rest of my summer for that reason. Now, I was just on the phone with a good friend of mine who lives up in Coram, so that's between Hungry Horse and Glacier Park, and they have received a pre-evacuation order, so we're waiting to see how that pans out over the course of the next week. Now we got some lower temperatures coming and some possible rain showers, and last time it rained it didn't seem to help a whole hell of a lot. So I'm hoping maybe next week when it does rain out, it will help the firefighters put out these fires. What you're seeing here, normally get a nice clear view of these mountains. They're being obscured by the smoke, and it's coming from all directions. It's not only coming from the east, so there's a lot of stuff back west, and of course Idaho is on fire in some places, so it just hasn't been raining enough. It doesn't rain enough sometimes, and then when we get lightning strikes in the dry areas, a lot of this stuff is probably just natural fires. Now I hear a lot of talk about like Hawaii land grabs, this type of stuff. Some of the stuff is natural, and in some cases you gotta wonder where maybe those fires have been stoked so the investors could buy the land, who knows. But I'm pretty sure the fires we have around here are just natural fires. And it's very easy to explain because I've been showing you how low the water is around here. We're missing a lot of water that should have fell on the trees and run down the side of the mountains and such. So anyways, strange summer. We've had some really smoky summers, but most of the time the fires are from somewhere else and we don't normally feel too threatened by them. So this is one of the first summers where there are forest fires close to like Martin City, where I lived 10 years ago, thinking, wow, if I still lived there, I would probably have received at least a pre-evacuation order. Now, I do work up in Hungry Horse twice a week, and I got that good friend, so it's very different seeing the fires close enough to actually have any impact on my personal life or anyone I know. Well, anyways, I have yet to soak my head and get a thorough chill out. I hope you enjoyed this short visit with me here at Flathead Lake. and I will talk to you soon. One last shot of how pretty it is. I'd say it's a beautiful day except the smoke. So you guys take care. Bye-bye.